Hello and welcome everybody to episode 4 of season 6 of Chase's Org Thingy Survivor All-Stars. And last episode, Scout got voted out, so we've had 2 winners go back to back. But this episode is going to get a little bit crazy because we are going to have a double tribal council. So we are currently at 4 tribes and 2 people are going to get voted out. But Pancake is going to decide what is going to happen this round. So if Pancake decides that we go to 2 tribes, then we are going to have both tribes compete for individual immunity, where 1 player from each tribe will be safe, but both tribes will go to tribal. If we don't swap and we stay the same, we will have 2 out of the 4 tribes go to tribal council. Well, thankfully, I've already done that part for you. So what happened? Well, Evan used his influence to stay. So we have a 66% chance of staying the same and a 33% chance of swapping. And Pancake decided that we would swap. So it is final 22, meaning we are going to 2 tribes of 11, because we can't go to any other tribes. Well, we could do 11 tribes of 2, but that, no. So we took the same rules as when we went to 4 tribes. The winning tribe and the losing tribe would be the 2 tribes used. If there were more tribes, we would go with the next order of the challenges. So we have the Pantheon tribe and Toaster's Bitches as the 2 tribes. So for Pantheon, and I have a whiteboard of all of the people written down, so I'm going to look down. So for the Pantheon tribe, we have Chase, Arca, Jack, Nevid, Soccer, Evan, Bing, JB, North, Joey, and Deku. So there are a few storylines to look at that I, off the bat, see. So first off, we have Arca versus North. They wanted each other out very badly right at the start, but Scout got voted out last episode, so that might change. Speaking of Scout, Soccer and Chase and Joey, yes, Joey is on this tribe. So Chase, Soccer, and Joey all voted out Scout, and they threw the challenge to vote her out. So that is another very interesting storyline to look at, and North already suspects that the past Toaster Bitches tribe, Soccer's old tribe, that they threw the challenge to get her out. It'll also be interesting to see if Chase, Joey, and Soccer all stick together, because Asher wanted to get out Soccer from that foursome, but Asher is on the other tribe. So maybe Chase might want that because him and Asher are close allies, but it seems like Chase and Soccer are close, and also Soccer and Joey are close as well. So I see the 3 of them sticking together. We also have JB, Evan, Deku, and Arca, the tight 4 from the old Brimstone 2.0 tribe. All 4 of them are back together again. So there are a few weird lines there. We also have Soccer and Evan, the showmance of the season. Well, the one-sided showmance of the season, because Soccer is simping over Evan very hardcore. So that should be interesting. But that leaves Jack, Nevid, and Bing out of the loop. But Jack and Nevid are good friends outside of the game, so that's also an interesting pairing. Then, if we look at the other tribe, the Toaster's Bitches tribe, we have Asher, Bayback, Oxy, Joffy, Jace, Moth God, Jay, Cosbo, Nathan, Toaster, and John. And once again, we have a few interesting connections here. We have Oxy, Joffy, Jay, Cosmo, and Moth God. All 5 of them are from the first Pantheon tribe. So they all have that first swap connection. I don't know if that's going to play a role in it. Moth God made an alliance chat of all 5 of them, so there may be something there. They are aware that that is the case, but it is something to look at that might play a factor down the line. Moth God is also really mad about the Scout vote, and he's wanting to target Soccer mainly, but that alliance of 4 of Soccer, Chase, Joey, and Asher, who's now on the Toaster tribe. But Moth has said that Asher was the only one of the 4 that didn't want scout out, but that Asher was very busy with real life, so he didn't really play a part in that vote, which is kind of true. Asher was very busy. He had flights to catch, and I think he was going back to college. But Asher did definitely have a role to play in that vote. Now, Asher didn't want to vote that way, but he did, and he had a say in that vote. We also have Bayback, Oxy, and Joffy, are 3 returnees that played in Season 4. Moth is also a returnee from Season 4, so those 4 could play together, but that's not too huge. We also have Asher, Bayback, and Oxy from Season 1. We have Jace, who's the only Brimstone 2.0 member on this tribe, but Jace was left out of the last vote, so that's probably, honestly, the best case scenario for Jace, is to be stranded here. We have Jay and Cosmo swapped for a 3rd time together. We have Nathan and Bayback back together again. Also, I guess that would make Nathan, Oxy, Bayback, and Asher Season 1 people. And then we have Toaster and John, who became closer in the last episode a little bit. Toaster talked with John a bit about his kitten, and they became close, and Toaster ranked him as his #1 most trusted on that tribe. But Toaster is also close with Joffy. Oh, wait. Bayback, Oxy, Joffy, and Toaster are all together from that Brimstone returnee tribe from Season 4, The Underground Kingdom. So basically, there are a lot of intersecting lines here. And then there's Jace. So this should be really interesting to see how that tribe dynamic plays out, and who's going to go out on both tribes. I'm not really sure. So it should be very interesting to see what happens here, and I'll let you guys know what's happening in the next clip. It is 1 a.m., well, 1:13 a.m., and Evan has just found the two-faced idol. So Evan now has 2 idols, and the two-faced idol was a normal idol alongside an idol nullifier. So Evan has 2 out of the 3 idols and a nullifier. Soccer has the other idol. Currently, the advantage is still up for grabs, and no one has found either of the influences. But Evan has 2 idols. 2 of the 3. Hey, GG's, Evan. I mean, fair play to you. This is why you're my winner pick. That prediction is aging pretty well, I'd say. Although maybe having 2 idols will get him targeted and merge, and my prediction will not age that well. But currently, my prediction is aging pretty well, I'd say. The good luck, the chase luck of being a winner pick is really paying off. Okay, so quick idol update. So Evan found the two-faced idol, as I just said, and he is giving the idol part of that to Deku, and he is giving the idol nullifier part to JB. He then also told Soccer that he has the idol, and Soccer told him that he has the other idol. So Evan now knows where all the idols are, and where the idol nullifier is, and he told Soccer that he had the idol, because he wanted Soccer to think that only he had the idol, not that he had 2 idols. And when he gave an idol to Deku, he said that him and JB worked together to try and find the idol, so that way that Soccer wouldn't suspect Deku of having anything or really being that integral of a part in searching for it. So, could be interesting to see how that plays out. Alright, so pre-challenge right now. Challenge just ended, but before the challenge was going on, there weren't any clear targets on the new Toasters Bitches tribe, but on the new Pantheon tribe, there was a big target on Arca's back, and everyone was saying, hey, let's get out Arca. Soccer didn't believe Arca when it came to idol guesses, so he told JB about all this stuff. Now JB doesn't trust Arca, and now everyone is slowly turning against Arca, mainly because of Soccer, but also because of the day 1 shenanigans that Arca was pulling with trying to align with everybody, and everyone was just kind of fed up with Arca. No one believes him, no one trusts him. JB's finally figuring out that the haunted vantage that Arca gave her was a fake. So everyone's turning on Arca. But when we get to the challenge, Arca ends up winning. So the Pantheon tribe can't vote for Arca, so I don't know who they're going to vote for. And on the Toasters Bitches side of things, Cosmo ended up winning immunity. So Arca and Cosmo are both safe. Neither of them are going home. So this should be interesting to see what happens in both tribals, because I genuinely have no idea who's going here. Alright, so everything has kind of gone to shit. I'm going to start off with the Pantheon tribe, which is the least chaotic of the two. Somehow, it has Arca, Norf, and Soccer, and this is the least chaotic tribe. I will give you a quick reminder of who is on each tribe, and then I will go through each tribe specifically. So, for Pantheon tribe, and my whiteboard's off to the side, that's why I'm looking down there, we have Chase, Arca, Jack, Nevid, Soccer, Evan, Bing, JB, Norf, Joey, and Deku. And Arca, of course, won the challenge and is safe. But Arca almost gave away his immunity necklace to Soccer. Soccer had apparently planted seeds before the challenge started that he wanted Arca to give him his necklace, and Arca asked in the tribal chat if he could give up his immunity necklace. We said yes, if he wanted to. I was like, yeah, do you want to give it up? So he asked Pancake yes or no, and Pancake said no. So Arca went, alright, guess you're not getting the immunity necklace, Soccer. And Soccer's like, dude, what the hell? But Arca is still immune and probably isn't giving it up because Pancake said so. But we also have, for the vote, Arca thinks that Deku found the two-faced idol, because Arca found the correct code to the two-faced idol, and it wasn't there anymore. So he thinks that Deku has the idol, and is trying to get votes onto them, but he also said that he fully expects his plan to backfire, and right now no one else has talked about his plan at all in confessionals. Right now it's just Soccer versus Norf. This is from what Chase has said. Norf and Soccer have not put anything in their confessionals at all about targeting each other, but Norf did mention before Tribal started, before the challenge ended, that he wanted to go for Soccer as revenge for Scout, because he does not trust Soccer, and while he doesn't necessarily care that Scout's gone because he wanted to vote her out anyways, he wanted to be the one to vote her out, and he also, what Soccer has said about the reasons for voting out Scout does not track with what he knows about Scout as a person or as a player, so he thinks that Soccer is massively lying to him. Now, on to Toasters Bitches, and this is going to be a lot. As a reminder, on Toasters Bitches, we have Asher, Bayback, Oxy, Joffy, Jace, Moth God, Jay, Cosmo, Nathan, Toaster, and John, previously known as Nub. And Cosmo won the challenge, so Cosmo is safe, thankfully for him. So, I have a list of notes written on my laptop behind you. So, first off, Jay gets his name thrown out by Nathan in the Season 1 Alliance chat. So, right now Nathan is really wanting to work with just Season 1 people and is massively throwing Jay's name under the bus. The Season 1 chat then talks about who can we bring in, who do we like, and they said that they really like Toaster. So, Toaster, even though we have had in the past 3 votes Myth go out, who's a 2-time player, and 2 winners, somehow Toaster, who's number 2 on the power rankings and is a 2-time winner, has no target on his back whatsoever. He's just a social god. Everyone's like, we love Toaster, don't vote him out. We want to work with him. And Toaster's just like, yeah. Nathan is pushing for Jay, and then Joffy is targeting Asher because of his alliance with Chase and Soccer, from being on the 2 previous tribes with each other to both playing in Season 1, and Moth God was heavily pushing that Asher was a part of this alliance that threw to vote out Scout, and Joffy is also a 2-time player, so he doesn't like the idea of having a target on his back just for playing twice. But Bayback isn't necessarily wanting to stay with the Season 1 Alliance. He said that he will for now, and he will target people that aren't Season 1 to try and appease Nathan. But he doesn't really care about the Alliance at all. But right now, he wants to get out Moth God because Oxy really likes Moth. Well, that's what happened when I went to bed last night. When I woke up and read it, first off, Toaster thinks that Deku, Evan, and JB have found the Two-Faced idol, which he's right, they have. So Toaster wants to target them eventually down the line, but let's get to this specific vote. So, Oxy said that the vote is between Jay and Asher to Bayback. Bayback then goes, well, I like both of these people, I don't really want them to go home. But Oxy did not say much to Bayback last night. So, Bayback goes to Joffy. He then plants seeds about why Asher shouldn't go home, that his plan isn't foolproof, that Asher wasn't a big part of that Alliance chat before, that Asher has been busy, and that Asher doesn't want to work with Soccer and Chase, especially because they weren't close allies in Season 1, they actually worked against each other. But he also said that Oxy was throwing out Jay's name. When Oxy wasn't, it was his Alliance member, Nathan, that was throwing out Jay's name. But he doesn't want to throw Nathan under the bus. So he goes to Joffy, says, let's not vote for Asher. Oxy is heavily throwing Jay's name out there, and we both like Jay and don't want to vote for Jay. So the two of them then go to Jay and tell him that Oxy is throwing their name out. So, Bayback is then planting the seeds that we need to go for Moth God because he's close to Oxy, which is something that he was saying the day before. So now, Jay makes an Alliance chat. So, Jay makes an Alliance chat of... Wait, where is this? I have it written down, the Alliance chat. Oh, here it is. Okay, so first, before that, Asher thinks that Oxy was trying to pit Asher and Jay against each other, but instead, they start to work with each other. So, Jay doesn't trust Oxy and brings Joffy, Asher, Bayback, and Toaster into an Alliance chat, and they talk about voting out Moth, or John. So right now, it's between Moth or John, and as Asher said in his confessional, Moth if we aren't afraid to make Oxy angry, and John if we want to keep the peace and harmony. So, all of this gets back to Oxy that people found out, or that it got back to Oxy. I'm sorry that this is, so I just woke up. So it gets back to Oxy that Oxy was throwing out Jay's name. Well, Oxy wasn't throwing out Jay's name, so Oxy doesn't know where this is coming from. So he starts to scramble and now goes, all right, let's just vote out John. You know, let's get out someone that no one is super close to, that hasn't been super active in DMs, hasn't been super social. Let's just get out John, please. And so far, it actually has changed to John, because the Alliance chat is going, all right, if Oxy's getting numbers on John, and we're already deciding between Moth and John, let's just vote for John, make it simple and easy, not ruffle too many feathers, even though we already have, and just kind of end this vote with some harmony. Oxy also thinks that Bayback is the reason why people are not liking Oxy, or trying to target him and his allies a bit, and he is right. He did read that situation perfectly. So, Oxy doesn't like Bayback anymore and doesn't really want to work with Bayback, and we still have like 9-10 hours until the vote actually happens. So it seems like John is going home and that the chaos has happened already and has kind of stopped. But we will see what actually happens, and I'll keep you guys updated. Alright, so not much has happened on the side of Pantheon. North got voted out, but North also walked from the game due to mental health reasons. So, while majority of votes were onto North, We never got to the vote. They were going to be a split between North and Bing, but North ended up walking from the game due to mental health reasons and needed to take a step back and deal with real life. So caps off to you, North. GG's, thank you for playing this season. And then on the Toasters Bitches side, that name. On the Toasters Bitches side of things, the only real thing that happened is that the vote was solidified onto Nub, or John, as I keep forgetting to call him. So votes are on to John. Nathan is not happy about it at all. Nathan is voting for John so that he doesn't go against the pack, but he really wanted to stay Season 1 strong, and voting out someone from Season 1 was not something he wanted to do at all. So Nathan is pretty mad about that. He really wanted to get out Jay because he wanted to make a big move and also stay that Season 1 strong. And Bayback is going, look, I feel for Nathan. I really wish that we could have something work out so that Nub wasn't going home so that I could keep Nathan happy. But I don't want to throw away my game or upset Oxy by voting out Moth God, so it's better to just vote someone that's not going to ruffle any feathers except for Nathan. So Nathan and Toaster are both kind of sad about this vote. Nathan's more frustrated about it. Toaster's sad to see John go. So John is going to end up going home. And he has not voted yet. It is 20 minutes until Tribal starts, but it is already like 10-1 vote. So it's basically set in stone because Nub doesn't have an idol or anything. So GG's, John. Thank you for playing in this season. GG's to both you and North for playing in this game. And yeah, I'll see you guys in episode 5.